Episode 56, JD, September 23, 2023. Indoor Residential Wood Stove Industry Lobbyist Tactics. San Francisco, London, and DSAWSP. California, San Francisco. WoodStove view. WoodStove would like to hand out PM2.5 monitors to any near neighbor of an indoor wood burners whose yard is infiltrated with the smoke of the hyper-localized wood burning, with the objective of collecting data to show the level of pollution exceeds NOx standards, and the monitor shows that the individual indoor wood burning should be shut down to bring ambient air quality to a safer level. Many United States indoor wood burners burn even when wildfire smoke from Canada invades their airspace. If the baseline of PM2.5 pollution without hyperlocalized indoor wood burning is at a safe level and when indoor wood burning begins the level rises to an unsafe level, the proof is in the Purple Air 2.5 monitor data. Purple Air PM2.5 monitor data can be downloaded 24 hours a day 7 days a week, including weekends and overnight when many indoor wood burners burn, thinking they will escape detection of their contribution to air pollution. Since this data is available to the general public and government authorities on Purple Air maps, government workers can spend a minimum amount of time monitoring air quality caused by individual indoor residential wood burners, saving tax dollars for salaried time for government regulation and enforcement, most logically done by local health departments. The article below is about two San Francisco area organizations that hand out Purple Air PM2.5 monitors. The first, Brightline, hands out sensors in low-income areas of the Tenderloin in San Francisco, often to people living in the low-cost single-room occupancy, SRO, in the Tenderloin. The second, Groundwork Richmond, apparently hands out Purple Air PM2.5 monitors in the slightly higher-income Richmond neighborhood of San Francisco. The reason given is to monitor wildfire smoke, but these monitors could be used to more effect to monitor the long-term problem of indoor residential wood burning, which unnecessarily adds to the misery of air pollution in an areas already intermittently affected by wildfires. https://abc7news.com/air-quality-sensors-affordable-tracking-low-income-neighborhoods-san-francisco-bay-1381073 embed more videos. Bay Area groups make air quality sensors more accessible in low-income areas. September 22, 2023. Some Bay Area groups are working to make monitors to track air quality more accessible for low-income communities. SanFrancisco, KGO, some Bay Area groups are working to make monitors to track air quality more accessible for low-income communities. You can buy an air quality sensor to put in your own home, but they can be pricey, ranging from $100 to $300. Local groups are working to fill that gap, especially as smoke from wildfires in Northern California and Oregon continue to impact air quality. Excerpts edited by WoodStove for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. The organization Brightline Defense has 19 monitors tracking the air quality in 4 San Francisco neighborhoods, including the Tenderloin and south of Market. Related, here's when Bay Area might see better air quality as smoky skies linger. Embed more videos. SRO tenants, single-room occupancy tenants that live in the Tenderloin/Mission District, and also throughout eastern San Francisco, and ask them where they would like these air quality sensors sited, so that then they would know whether it's safe to go outside or not, said the Brightline Defense Executive Director. Brightline started this tracking in 2020 because of the wildfires. The air quality readings take a big dip, and that we've seen the air quality readings go to the red zone, meaning that people should stay indoors. Track air quality levels with our interactive map. Click here to view the full map in a new window. Groundwork Richmond has given out more than 20 Purple Air sensors to residents as part of their Air Rangers program. If you look at the air quality map, particularly with Purple Air sensors, you can see there is a discrepancy of where the air sensors are being deployed, and they are in more affluent neighborhoods, Executive Director of Groundwork Richmond. Typically where the air quality is the worst is where there is a huge lack of sensors. Groundwork Richmond also has some sensors in public spaces and has noticed worse air quality with the wildfires. It has some more sensors it is giving out to residents who qualify. Track wildfires across San Francisco Bay Area, other parts of California with this interactive map. WoodStove view. In the Guardian article below, the American organization Doctors Against Wood Smoke Pollution, DSAWSP, website critique of the United States Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association, HPBA, lobbying is referred to when the Guardian states even the manufacturers of wood-burning stoves run a small, but surprisingly effective, persuasion operation. The Guardian also states the interests of some of the most powerful industries on Earth are, misleadingly, represented as the interests of the working man and woman. With the right incentives, we could also heat our homes without poisoning our neighbors. You want the truth? Ask a non-lobbyist. Ask a near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner if their air is being polluted with PM2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. How do lobbyists continue to confuse the issue of the harm from wood smoke pollution? 1. Visibility, wood smoke emitted from next door, is less scary looking than an attacked dog next door. Comparing a neighbor's attacked dog and a neighbor's wood smoke, that would make a good flyer for RAWSP presidents. Thank you, Guardian. But do neighbors know not what they do? That's a head thumper, a conundrum. 2. Normalization. If wood smoke is always there, some people normalize wood smoke invading their airspaces, even if it causes them to breathe with difficulty and experience physical symptoms of ill health. 3. Does the American working man or woman like to be manipulated? Apparently. The Guardian writer thinks the most important factor in sowing confusion about the harm done by indoor residential wood burning on human health is lobbying. The Guardian states there are powerful corporate lobbies behind the air pollution devastating many people's health. 4. It all ends in a pollution paradox. The average working man or woman in proximity to pollution could be expected to protest this invasion of pollution into their lives. But in the words of the Guardian article, thanks to the pollution paradox, the dirtiest industries, WoodStove would include the dirtiest home heating vendors also, have the greatest incentive to invest in politics, so politics comes to be dominated by the dirtiest industries, and home heating vendors. Such lobbies exert a vast impact on political choice. If people were asked to vote on whether they want their hearts and lungs damaged, their children's cognitive development impaired, extra cancers, more stillbirths, a higher risk of dementia and earlier death, they'd be likely to reject these options. But, thanks to decades of spin, the stark nature of the choice has been obscured. The interests of some of the most powerful industries on Earth are represented as the interests of the working man and woman. 5. It is WoodStove's view that the vote would be for human health over polluting indoor residential wood burning, if a vote were taken. In the meantime, as much reality has to be injected into the debate as possible. 6. London Mayor Sadiq Khan is quoted as saying in the week of September 24, 2023, hundreds of thousands of pounds have been spent on troll farms on social media attacking London's ultra-low emission zone, ULEZ, which is regulation of PM2.5 emissions from cars in central London. 7. The seventh point is that pro-pollution lobbyists have scored conservative political points with some of their lobbying efforts. To quote The Guardian, those on the side of fighting pollution from car emissions don't know where this lobbying money came from, but it may have been decisive in securing a conservative win in the Uxbridge by-election. Emboldened by the apparent success of such lobbying, the government is waging war on public health. 9. Vandalism of ULEZ, ultra-low emission zone, camera in the United Kingdom might be equivalent to vandalism of PM2.5 monitors in the United States. 10. Rural areas are affected by PM2.5 pollution too. To quote The Guardian, a study by researchers at University College London found that even in cities, ammonia from farms produces more particulate pollution than the cities themselves do. Farm ammonia contributes 25% of the PM2.5s in London, 32% in Birmingham and 38% in Leicester, while these cities generate from 13 to 24% of their own PM2.5 pollution. And 11. Across both the billionaire press and social media, those who seek cleaner air are demonized. The Guardian https://www.theguardian.com/commentaries/2023/sep/air-pollution-lobbying-politics-ulz. The dirty industries that dominate politics deceive us into accepting dangerous pollutants such as ammonia as part of life. September 22, 2023. Excerpts edited by WoodStove for brevity and clarity and relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. There are some things we rightly find intolerable, such as the possession of poorly trained, aggressive dogs. There are other things, whose impacts are many thousands of times worse, that we decide just to live with. What makes the difference? Visibility is one reason. A photo of a large dog with bared teeth triggers primal fear. Ubiquity is another. The more widespread the problem, the more we normalize it. Split incentives is another. What if we are simultaneously both perpetrators and victims? But I think the most important factor is lobbying power. There is no corporate lobby behind the sale, let alone poor training, of American XL bullies. WoodStove note the American Bully is a modern breed of dog that was developed as a companion dog, and originally standardized and recognized as a breed in 2004 by the American Bully Kennel Club, ABKC. Their published breed standard describes the dog as giving the impression of great strength for its size. But there are powerful corporate lobbies behind the air pollution devastating many people's health. Even the manufacturers of wood-burning stoves run a small, but surprisingly effective, persuasion operation. With the right incentives, we could also heat our homes without poisoning our neighbors. If you don't have the evidence required to win an argument, there's a ready alternative: set people against each other by stoking a culture war. Across both the billionaire press and social media, those who seek cleaner air are demonized. Tory MPs who have called for severe penalties against environmental protesters are noticeably more relaxed about the vandalism of ULA's cameras. Europe's pollution divide: see how your area compares, read more. The Guardian's mapping of air pollution in Europe, including the UK, tells a shocking story. Only 2% of people live in places where the pollution caused by PM2.5's, tiny particles that cause a wide range of diseases, is within the limits recommended by the World Health Organization. Most people, including millions in the UK, are exposed to toxic particles at concentrations of at least twice this level. You would have to move to northern Scotland to escape the daily assault on your health. ULA sign in Lewisham, South London. Where there is public silence, lobbyists rule. The ammonia comes from livestock farms and the manure and fertilizer spread on fields. But the government, lobbied by the National Farmers Union, has thwarted all such efforts. In a submission to Parliament, it blights our rivers. The lobby group went on to argue against a ban on autumn spreading. Government gave the pollution lobby everything it wanted. The European Parliament has now voted to bring EU legislation in line with the science, setting the WHO's recommended level as the legal limit for PM2.5 pollution, but, thanks to the lobbyists and their stooges, not until 2035. There are, however, no such plans in the UK. As one of the great benefits of Brexit, the government merely aims to change the current guidance level of PM2.5 pollution from 4 times the WHO recommendation to twice the recommended level by 2040. The dates 2040 and 2050 are used by this government as synonyms for never. The idea that some people may freely poison others is one of the most astonishing but least contested aspects of modern life. It's time we saw past the lies and the culture wars. It's time to stop accepting our daily poisoning on behalf of corporate profits. Below are excerpts from the Doctors and Scientists Against Wood Smoke Pollution article cited by The Guardian titled Manufacturing Doubt, Wood-Burning Industry Tactics Using Recognizable Tactics. The wood-burning industry works to mislead the public and impede health protective regulations. Excerpts edited by WoodStove for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates. Manufacturing Doubt. The process of manipulating and misrepresenting facts in order to benefit an industry or industry organization is known as manufacturing doubt. The tobacco and fossil fuels industries are well known for manufacturing doubt about their products, but others use similar tactics too, including the wood-burning industry. Wood-burning industry doubt manufacturing. For example, a UK lung cancer researcher wrote about the industry trade group, the Stove Industry Alliance, SIA, in Air Quality News. It's disappointing and frustrating when misleading information about wood burning is published which dilutes and confuses key health messages. The SIA make strong statements about stove emissions and the benefits of eco-design stoves on their website, but leave out important information that would allow consumers to gauge the relative polluting power of an eco-design stove versus other sources of domestic heating. R. Booth, Why We Need Transparency in the Wood-Burning Industry, Air Quality News, November 24, 2021. The SIA boasts that wood stoves create 13% of the UK's PM2.5 pollution, implying that's not a substantial contribution. Even if the SIA 13% figure is correct, the SIA fails to put this figure into context. 13% PM2.5 is the same amount of PM2.5 created by all UK road transport. According to the European Environmental Bureau, per GJ of house heating, an eco-design stove produces far more PM2.5 than a gas boiler. This is the case even when the best quality, seasoned wood is used. The same happens in other countries. In Australia, for instance, a representative of the Australian Home Heating Association, AHHA, an industry trade group, has claimed that Australia has the toughest standards in the world for wood stove emissions, while experts such as the authors of a 2021 report, Reducing the Health Impacts of Wood Heaters in Australia, have pointed out that current Australian wood heater standards are insufficient to protect health, PDF. Greenwashing is the use of deceptive claims to make something seem to be environmentally friendly, when in reality it is not. Just because wood is natural, it does not mean that burning it is good for people or the environment. But the industry wants you to believe otherwise. 16 incorrect and misleading claims by the AHHA, PDF. In the UK and Europe, the latest certified wood stoves are sold under the eco-design label, the name implying they are environmentally friendly. Noted elsewhere, however, they are, in reality, far more polluting than a non-wood burning heat source. Wood burning is not climate friendly. In the US, the Hearth, Patio, and Barbecue Association, HPBA, hires lobbyists and runs a government affairs academy in Washington, D.C. HPBA communicates frequently with legislators and closely follows regulatory and legislative activity, as HPBA's hired public relations firm Stratacom described it. We learned that support for the ban was stronger than expected, and activating core supporters would be key to turn the tide in HPBA's favor. Utens for Responsible Burning, no longer online but available archived, HPBA promotional video, advocacy. Alaskans for Reliable Heating. The state of Alaska has spent approximately $12.5 million in change-out grants to replace old wood stoves with new certified ones in Fairbanks, but this investment has done little to improve the area's dire wood smoke pollution problem. Having found that there were serious problems with the EPA's Wood Stove Certification Program, PDF, a misleading website for Alaskans for Reliable Heating, ADEX Commissioner provided a different perspective in an op-ed in Fairbanks Daily News. British Columbia's Comox Valley has a serious air quality problem due to wood burning. Speaking on an industry podcast in August 2022, HPBAC Facts website for this campaign is called Save Our Wood Stoves. It, along with the advertisements and paid articles placed by HPBAC in the local media, misleads visitors into believing that all wood stoves are going to be banned in Comox Valley, and that newer ones are cleaner than they are. The University of Bath's Tobacco Tactics website discusses the tobacco industry's motives for promoting harm reduction measures. In the U.S., the HPBA has an online toolkit aimed at policymakers' evidence that certified wood stoves are not the solution the industry claims. Uses the social media hashtag part of the solution. Exemptions have been made. An exemption for certified wood stoves, start an advisory period aimed at eventually banning wood heating. Boasted about on their website. New certified wood stove in Australia is estimated to increase health costs, PDF. Current Australian wood heater standards are insufficient to protect health, PDF. These are just a few examples of how claims about certified wood stoves are used to manufacture doubt and undermine regulatory controls against wood smoke pollution. An industry partnership program, the HPBA logo, sits alongside that of the EPA on burn-wise promotional materials, Cozy World of the wood stove industry, and its regulators. HATUS provides the web pages. HATUS refers to the wood burning industry as our industry. Members of the UK wood stove industry also run the Clear Skies Emissions Certification Scheme, which they describe as objective and independent. A promotional video, 16 incorrect and misleading claims by the AHHA, PDF, regulating on behalf of tobacco and, in many ways, against consumer protection from tobacco. Non-smokers had rights that were being violated in the public sphere. Everyday people grew increasingly fed up with being forced to breathe smoke-filled air. Secondhand smoke references.